Ethereum price prediction for 2025. $20,000 possible after the Pectra update. What if the Ethereum Pectra update could make the price explode to $20,000? This video analyzes Ethereum using my 20 metrics to determine whether Ethereum can explode again now and kick off the altcoin season. Do you know the fear of missing out on a crypto rally? I'm giving you the facts here so you can stay ahead. And at the end, I'll show you an insider tip that even surprised me. Welcome to 10x by Marius, the place for honest, data-driven altcoin analysis. So, what exactly is Ethereum? Ethereum is the leading decentralized platform for dApps and smart contracts. Founded in 2015, it drives DeFi, NFTs, and the Web3 space forward. So what makes Ethereum so unique? Ethereum aims to solve the problem of centralized finance with transparent global solutions. My 10x formula shows clear advantages. In terms of tokenomics, the upgrade, back then, made Ethereum deflationary during periods of high network activity. The roadmap is strong, especially now with the Pectra update, which boosts scalability and creates smart contract accounts. The market potential is still there. Despite strong competition like Solana, Ethereum leads, thanks to its huge developer community, and even with its relatively high market cap, Ethereum still has massive growth potential. Do you think Ethereum is underestimated? Leave a comment. But wait, how could Ethereum reach $20,000? Is that even realistic? My AI-based analysis has discovered hidden potential that you don't want to miss. So grab a coffee and leave a like for me, and then let's go. But attention, a disclaimer, my channel is not financial advice, but purely for informational purposes. Ethereum is already a high-cap altcoin, so its growth potential is moderate since Ethereum is already established, but upgrades like the Pectra update are driving adoption. In this area, at level 7, it has a low dilution risk. That makes Ethereum relatively stable and deflationary. By the way, if you want to trade Ethereum or other altcoins, Maxi, my favorite crypto exchange, has the most altcoins available. No crypto exchange has as many altcoins and they have low fees. If you use my link below now, you can secure yourself a $20 bonus. All information is in the pinned comment. Thank you very much for the support. In this area, definitely a strong 9. So what does Ethereum's roadmap look like? They have a clear roadmap here, especially now that the Pectra update has been released. They are continuously improving Ethereum. Future updates like Fusaka 2026 are planned to further enhance scalability. The milestones are realistic. They have worked through their roadmap solidly so far. When it comes to the roadmap, Ethereum is a success story, a strong 8. So who is actually the team behind Ethereum? Well, I think everyone knows Vitalik, although he is also a bit controversial. They are supported by the Ethereum Foundation and thousands of developers worldwide. A strong team with a solid future. So, what exactly is the narrative of Ethereum? Ethereum is the platform for Web3. It's relevant for narratives like DeFi, NFTs, Web3, gaming, and trends that will boom in 2025. In the long term, Ethereum has top narratives for 2025. By the way, do you like this analysis? Do you enjoy such in-depth analyses? Then go ahead and leave a like. For me, it supports my channel. Thank you very much for that. So, what problem does Ethereum actually solve? Well, the problem of centralized financial systems that exclude others from their system. The solution. Ethereum offers decentralized financial services, meaning there is no middleman. Everything happens on a blockchain basis. DeFi and smart contracts definitely make it future-proof and, of course, also secure in the market. 9. What about Ethereum's sustainability? The upgrade to proof of stake ultimately reduces energy costs by 99%, and that's been the case since 2022. In terms of ecological factors, it is one of the most affordable and best blockchains, perfect for sustainable crypto investors. 10 out of 10. What about the investors? What kind of capital do they have? In 2014, during the ICO, they already raised $18.3 million. Plus, of course, institutional investors, for example, those who are increasingly coming in now thanks to the ETF. Thanks to the Ethereum Foundation, the roadmap is also secure. Strong backers inspire trust. 9. Who is the competition? Everyone knows Solana, but also Cardano, or for example, Polkadot and Avalanche. However, Ethereum leads here with a strong developer community and a robust ecosystem, despite faster alternatives. A clear market leader. By the way, I've also analyzed Solana and, for example, Avalanche. I'll put all the analyses in the comments, and I can only recommend that you check out my playlist, The 10x Universe. I've analyzed a lot of altcoins there. There are news videos, tutorials on crypto exchanges, everything you need. Feel free to take a look. What about Ethereum's marketing? They have various strategies: hackathons, conferences like Ethereum Global, and also in research. They have a strong presence on X, on Telegram, and are active on all official channels. Of course, this further drives adoption and visibility for Ethereum. A solid 8. How easy is Ethereum to understand? The technical details, smart contracts, and dApps are complex, but tools like MetaMask or HaltRabbit, for example, make it easier. A lot of educational material also helps newcomers understand Ethereum. It remains technical but is still quite accessible. What do you think? Do you find Ethereum easy to understand? Leave a comment. What is Ethereum's vision? They naturally want to become the backbone of Web3, scalable and secure web applications. Upgrades like Pectra or Fusaka, which are coming in the future, naturally make it future-proof. They have an absolute must-have, extremely long-term vision here. 9. So, is Ethereum deflationary? They don't have a fixed cap in that sense. But they do have a burning mechanism. The more Ethereum is used, the more is burned. That is, of course, good for the value. In this area, a solid 7. What does the fully diluted market capitalization look like? No dilution risk, which naturally promotes stability. A strong, solid sign. 10. How about liquidity? A value of 0.083, 2 means strong liquidity. That, of course, also makes Ethereum attractive for traders. Here are 10. What was the initial token distribution like? In 2014, it was fair. 60 million went to investors and 12 million Ethereum to the developers. But lockup periods and staking protected against massive sell-offs. That led to a more stable market back then. In this area, a solid 8. How about the top coin holders? The top 100 wallets hold 72%, with the largest contract accounting for 50%. Staking does distribute ownership, but the concentration still remains a risk. That's something you should keep an eye on. In this area, only a 6. What is the actual utility of the Ethereum token? Gas fees, staking, voting rights, and of course DeFi. Over 112 billion are already in the DeFi sector alone. A central building block for the DeFi block space. A solid 10. What is the Ethereum community like? Thousands of developers, millions of users on X, on Twitter, on Reddit. Major events like Ethereum Global. One of the largest and strongest communities worldwide. Are you an Ethereum holder? Write #Ethereum in the comments. So, what updates are still planned? More conferences are planned, as well as hackathons. The biggest update, Pectra, has already been released, but they still have a strong community and great visibility. That keeps Ethereum in the spotlight. 7. And now we come to the final result. After this analysis, it's clear to me, Ethereum is not just an altcoin. It is the backbone of the future of cryptocurrencies. If you only want to keep an eye on one altcoin in 2025, then Ethereum is definitely a choice. My 10x formula gives it a strong score of 79.6. My top insights, utility and DeFi dominance. With 112 billion in the DeFi sector and over 12 million transactions per day, Ethereum is a massive giant in the DeFi space. Ethereum is sustainable thanks to proof of stake, making it one of the greenest blockchains in the space. The community is huge. They have a massive developer community. It has underrated narratives like Web3 and gaming, but also smart contracts. And Ethereum is leading the revolution for the future here. Weaknesses? Well, of course, there's strong competition like Solana, but also the high concentration of top coin holders. 72%. That's intense. Still, the strengths clearly outweigh the weaknesses. By the way, do you think Ethereum will remain the market leader? Leave a comment. But for me, it's clear. Ethereum is a massive contender for 2025, one that has been seriously underestimated. But why could now be the perfect time for Ethereum? So, grab yourself a coffee and let's dive into the price predictions. Imagine the crypto market explodes and Ethereum leads the next rally. My Ethereum price predictions show if the market grows to a total of 5 trillion in a bearish scenario, over 2,000 per Ethereum would be possible. In a normal scenario, over 4,000 would already be possible. That would be a doubling, twice as high as today. Realistic given the current dominance. The optimistic scenario would be over $6,000. Now it gets exciting, especially for Web3 investments. In the extremely optimistic scenario, Ethereum could reach over $10,000, a dream for long-term investors. But let's move on. What happens if the entire crypto market reaches 7 trillion? Prices between $2,800 and $15,000 would be possible. And if the market now reaches $10 trillion, then Ethereum could climb up to 20,000 US dollars. Why is this so exciting? Ethereum's ecosystem is growing rapidly. Imagine holding Ethereum while the whole world transitions to Web 3. But here's the catch. Crypto is volatile. Strong competition and regulation could be stumbling blocks. That's why it's crucial to take action now and, of course, always stay informed. If you want to be part of the next rally, then I recommend my playlist, The 10x Universe. From my perspective, Ethereum is a must for anyone who wants to be in the crypto space in 2025. With its strong utility and massive community, Ethereum is ready for Web 3. But the truth is, the market moves fast and opportunities don't wait. Are you ready to be part of this DeFi revolution? But wait, Ethereum isn't the only altcoin with potential. In my next analysis, I'll show you why this altcoin is so incredibly strong and why hardly anyone has it on their radar yet. Does this altcoin have the potential to compete with Ethereum?